So, you've downloaded Mobile Legends, you speedrun tutorials, get into a match, and kill people, right? Well, turns out there's more to this game than just killing and trash talking. Sometimes, knowing which role you're good at is the start of you becoming a better player and significantly increase your in-game knowledge and probability to win. Today, I will be giving an explanation of the different roles in the game, and you are going to find out which role suits you best. Hello, this is Nabi, and welcome to the very first episode of How to MLBB. Welcome to the Land of Dawn, the battleground for Mobile Legends. The Land of Dawn is divided into 3 lanes: top lane, bottom lane, and mid lane. The battleground also consists of the river and the jungle. In a normal match, there are 5 players per team, each filling up 5 roles. These roles are the gold laner, the EXP laner, the mid laner, the roamer, and the jungler. Each role plays an important role to help win the match, or turn the tide of the battle. Alright, first let's take a look at the EXP lane. The EXP lane can be located at the start of the game by looking at the minimap, or by looking at the EXP minions carrying scrolls on their backs. The EXP lane is usually taken by experienced reliant heroes, which means they're usually strong from the start and have skills that can improve the early game of the team. Such a role is usually filled in by fighters, which are high health, melee ranged heroes. A good fighter should have good sustain, good early game damage, and at least one form of control. If you're planning to pick up EXP lane, I recommend Ruby. Ruby is a great fighter to pick up right from the get-go. She has game trading crowd control skills, can sustain a lot as the game progresses, and her damage in the early game isn't bad as well. If you're looking for a better fighter with higher difficulty but better laning potential, I would recommend Paquito. Paquito is a force to be reckoned, no, a force to be feared, especially in high ranked matches. His fast skill combos and super annoying ultimate doesn't make him any easier to face. However, Paquito isn't the easiest to master, so picking him up after you've mastered better in-game mechanics would be a better idea. Secondly, we have the gold lane. The gold lane can also be located at the start of the game using the minimap, and can also be identified by fighting the minions with gold on their backs. The gold lane is usually taken by heroes who rely on items to scale on the game, which are usually late game heroes, like marksmen, which are long-range, low-health heroes who are usually basic attack focused. A good marksman should have decent early game, decent minion clear speed, and powerful late game burst. For beginner gold laners, I recommend Mia. She is easy to use, has good clear speed, and her late game burst damage, along with her first skill, can shred any team in seconds, and even making it up to big competitions. The only disadvantage is that Mia has only one mobility skill and it has a long cooldown. Despite that, Mia will always be considered as a decent pick. For more advanced plays, I recommend Clint. Clint is one of my favorites and is known for his painful early game damage, and is a go-to pick for many high-ranked marksman players. In the late game, his skills and enhanced basic attack have been known to easily 2-shot or even 1-shot targets. What's more, he even has a low cooldown dash skill, making Clint one of the best marksmen in all ranks. Note, the gold lane and EXP lane will always be alternating depending on which team you're in, so always make sure to check the minimap at the start to make sure you're going into the right lane. The mid lane, as the name suggests, is in the middle lane. What were you expecting me to say, huh? Unlike gold and EXP minions, mid lane minions do not carry any bonuses, but this does not mean that the mid lane is useless. On the contrary, the mid lane is actually the most crucial lane, as it opens access to the map more than the side lanes. Mages are usually used to fill in the mid lane. Mages are long-ranged, low-health heroes who focus on high magic damage skills instead of basic attacks like marksmen. A good mage should have fast minion clear speed, good control ability, and dangerous skill burst damage. One of the first ever mages you can master is Eudora. Eudora's skill mechanics are easy to grasp. She has a stun effect and also have the potential to one-shot targets. What makes her perfect for beginner play and scale into higher ranks is that all you have to do is to memorize her combo sequence and you will ace any game with the right in-game knowledge. However, Eudora doesn't have dash skills, so unless you can position yourself well, you might end up dying a few times. But not one mage can best Kagura's evasiveness. Kagura is a high skill cap mage with super high damage, and not to mention super high escapability and mobility. If used properly, she can escape a stun, kill the enemies with a one-shot combo, and emerge almost unscathed from battle. With all those mechanics, it is no doubt that Kagura is one of the best mages you can find in the current meta. The roamer, unlike the first three roles, does not have a specific lane. The roamer's role is to rotate or roam around the map, helping the team by giving vision, setting combos, and protecting allies as the frontliner. At the start of the game, roamers buy roaming items in order to prevent them from taking shared EXP and gold from their allies. Fret not, for roaming items do have built-in passives to help provide extra gold and EXP to the roamer. Since the roamer is usually played as a supporting role, many people look down on how important this role is. As a matter of fact, without the roamer's constant help and combo sets, the team would have a hard time winning. The job of a roamer is no doubt difficult, and so in my future videos, I will cover on how you can be a sharp-minded roamer and start turning the tides of the battle. The roaming roles are usually inherited by supports and tanks. Note that a good roamer should have 2 or more good crowd control abilities or a good sustainability. For rookie roamers, I will recommend Tigreal. Tigreal is one of the best, if not easiest roamers to pick up. As a matter of fact, Tigreal was the first ever tank I picked up for roaming. He has an immune effect, a push and a knockup skill, and the infamous crowd pull and stun ultimate, making him one of the most feared roaming heroes to face. To be honest, most roamers are easy to pick up, with their skill sets easy to understand, and mostly relying on the roamer's in-game knowledge. But there is one roamer that stands out in high-level matches even until today, and that hero is none other than Matilda. Her skill set allows her to pick enemies off, provide shields to her allies, and her notorious escape skill, which allows one ally to escape with her. Since her release date till today, Matilda has always been a solid pick and is currently the third most picked roamer. Last but definitely not least, the jungler. The jungler is arguably the most difficult role to pick up. Junglers equip themselves with Retribution and jungle boots to enhance their jungling abilities. Picking Retribution will increase your damage and damage reduction to creeps in the jungle, but will severely decrease the gold and EXP you get from minions. This is why if you're planning to go mid lane, EXP lane, or gold lane, it is crucial to never pick Retribution. And that is, if you want to lose, of course. To many people, being the jungler is the perfect way to show off their skill cap and to show that they are capable of being the team's leading flag. If you want to learn more about jungling, subscribe and stay tuned for episode 4, where I will teach you how you can be an efficient and effective jungler. The jungle role is usually filled with assassins and certain fighters, but mostly assassins. A good jungler should have good jungle clear speed, good early damage, and high mobility. Saber is an easy-to-use jungler, but also stands as a viable pick in high ranks. He's also known as the true one-shot king, because, well, take a look at this. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Saber has the capability to clear jungles fast, reduce the enemy's defense, and has a little dash skill for mobility, which is why I included Saber in this list. If you're an adventurous jungler and you want to carry the game, look like a pro, and still taunt the enemies at the same time, I present to you Lancelot. Lancelot is an assassin that requires a high skill cap and a lot of good aiming and muscle memory. His dashes, if used properly, can have no cooldown, making him a jungler with one of the best mobilities. Not only does his damage kind of insane, but people have been using Lancelot to show off how fast they can perform his combo, making Lancelot the perfect high-level jungle pick. Well, that's basically all I can tell you about laning roles. Do make sure to stay tuned for my upcoming episodes because I can guarantee you that you will learn more than you expect. But for now, this is Nyabi. I wish you all a blessed day and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!